All right, so this is the NFL Week 12 matchup tier list maker. So
Happy Tier Tuesday, everybody.
yes, happy tier Tuesday. I'm gonna zoom this out a little bit so we can see everything. Perfect.
Haha.
So
So we have Thanksgiving games, three of them.
yeah,
Cowboys, uh, Cowboys, Lions, and what's the third
no,
one?
we got Cowboys, Lions, and 49ers.
Yep.
So we got the first game will be the Lions and Packers. Where would we put that in? I might say it's like a B tier game.
Yeah, I was gonna say B for sure.
Yeah, I mean Green Bay. Like, are we going off of
Do you want to do
like
entertainment factor?
entertainment
Yeah, that's what I
or
would
off
say.
of good football?
I mean, Detroit. I feel like
good football is usually entertaining.
Yeah,
I,
good football is usually entertaining. So I'd put it as like a B tier game.
I
The
feel like it's
Packers
gonna
kind of
be.
bring it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was just the Lions, I'd put it at A tier because they're exciting. B tier just because the Packers play.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is one of the more exciting Detroit Thanksgiving games we've seen in a while. So, um, given their history and everything and how bad they have been in the past, but
I mean, I agree with that. Are we all good with the B tier?
I'm good.
Yeah,
with
I think it's fine in B tier. If the Lions were playing like the Chiefs or something like that, that'd
I'd
go
say
up
that's-
to S.
yeah.
But you know what? We'll go with B for the
I'd
Lions.
say high B though.
Yeah,
That's what I
high
would
B
say.
tier.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
So the next game would be the Cowboys game. So
Cowboys,
I'd say
Commanders.
C. Just
I the problem is with the Cowboys. They either blow out teams or they
They kind of get blown.
yeah.
out.
So they're never really like great games.
See, this year the Cowboys just feel different to me. I think because they're dominating in the air as
That's
opposed to
true.
always dominating on the ground.
Like Tony Pollard got his first touchdown since week 1.
Yeah, Tony Pollard really hasn't been anything crazy. His backup's been pretty good,
Mhm.
but Dak Prescott looks really good for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
The other thing too is I've watched a couple of Cowboys games. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they really pick up Dak his like play call on the mic really well.
Yeah.
And
here we go.
Yeah, it's so annoying. I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's a division rivalry game. I think that's the only reason why I would put it up to a B. But I mean, it's the Commanders, and like we said, it's the Cowboys. And depending on which teams we get, it could be a close game or it could be just an absolute blowout by the Cowboys.
I think Washington wakes up for this game and it's actually a little better. I think it might be.
I was gonna say an A tier game.
I think it might be better than the Lions Packers
That's what
game.
I think because the Washington obviously has a better offense than Green Bay, and the Cowboys are just good to watch.
They're
mean,
really fun this year.
They're a good team to watch. They're exciting. So
Yeah.
There we go.
yeah. So that's basically that game.
Yeah, we'll go with Dallas there.
So next game on Thanksgiving will be the Seahawks and the 49ers. I think this is an A tier game,
Okay.
but I could also see a B tier.
It's an NL West, not NL, NFC West divisional rivalry. The 49ers defense, I think, might dominate the Seattle line. Chase Young back in there.
Actually, I'm going to say if Geno Smith doesn't play, I think it's a C game.
Yeah.
But if he plays, I'd say it's a B. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say high B.
I think it's probably in the B tier. You know,
That's what I would. I think it's a safe B tier.
I think it'd be even better. I think it
But
would be better than
if
the
about
Lions
as
game.
mid as it gets.
if Drew Lock plays, oh, it's an easy C.
Oh yeah,
'Cause-
if you put Drew Lock in there, it could go
Ugh.
down. It's a D tier. I think Drew Lock would get. He'd throw like 4 picks in the game. It'd be so bad.
So I know the Monday night game this
Well,
week.
we should do the Black Friday game.
Right, the Black Friday game would be right. So Jets and Dolphins. Tim Boyle starting.
Yeah.
See,
Zach Wilson.
I might even put it down to.
You know why?
Zach
The
Wilson's
Jets
the third string
defense.
on there.
The Jets defense will make it
A better game.
a better game. So that's why I'm going to put it in C.
Timeout.
Yeah.
My take on it.
Okay.
I'm excited for Sauce Gardner and Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Christian Gonzalez was like glue for Tyreek Hill on him, and Tyreek did nothing. I want to see if Sauce Gardner can actually like live. I'm always comparing those two
Mhm.
every week. I mean, Gonzalez has been out for a long time, but I'm always comparing those two. I'm excited for that. That's like pretty much the only thing. I know what's it, Quentin Williams or something. He's
Mhm.
dominating on the
He's
line there.
absolutely a beast.
If he gets to Tua, Tua's done for the season, which is also something to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I would put this. I think it's not going to be the greatest game, but I think it's going to be a competitive game. So this is where
Salah's coaching for his life right now, dude.
I would say it's a B tier, but low.
Probably bottom of the B.
Yeah, I'd say it's the worst B game
Yeah.
because I think it's just going to be a more exciting game because I think the Dolphins will get slowed down, so it'll be a competitive game.
That Jets defense is like really freaking good.
It's legit. It absolutely is legit.
It's Super Bowl caliber. It's not as good as the Cleveland defense. That's going to be a tier list coming up as the defense tier list.
Mhm.
But it is like on the top. It's really good.
Yeah, the Browns defense is crazy.
Yeah.
When they're on, it's just
Domination.
something else.
Yeah.
So the next game, Vikings Bears.
Oh, stink fest.
Is it a C or a D?
I'd
though?
put it at if Kirk was playing, I'd probably put it at C, but I think it might be.
I don't know if it's though. The problem is it as bad as the toilet bowl Giants and Patriots?
That's the bottom of the barrel.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it that level of bad? I don't think it is. I think it's the lowest C tier.
Yeah,
Dude, the Bears had the worst choke I've ever seen last week. I think they were up like 10 points plus with
against the
3
Lions.
minutes.
Oh, I
against
know.
The Detroit Lions.
Well, the game clock was all messed up too. I don't know if you saw that at the end of the game.
Really?
I did
Yeah.
not.
I know Justin Fields is playing for his job right now.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for a quarterback probably. So I'm wondering if he shows up in a big way and makes it entertaining.
I just put it as C tier, but it's
Yeah,
going
I
to be
would
the
say-
bottom
yeah, I
of the
would say
barrel
it's
C
lower
tier.
C.
Yeah.
Because it's not as bad as like the Giants Patriots game.
It's not
but-
on that level, but it's close.
So, next we're moving on to Eagles Bills. Before the year, I might say this is the game of the year.
Yeah.
Like that or the Kansas City game last
Yeah.
week. I still have faith in Buffalo because I would not want to play Buffalo in the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, I wouldn't want to play them.
Yeah, I mean, I think Buffalo is definitely on the downturn. I don't know what's going on with Steph Diggs and the Bills. It seems like that relationship is falling apart.
Another guy, AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Those two just complain about every game not getting enough targets.
Yes, they do.
And then
And I'm like,
when
I
they
can
do,
see how
they
that can
don't
get
make
old.
plays.
It's like, no, like AJ Brown's definitely a top 3 wide receiver this year. But it's just like, buddy, you're winning games. Like, if you weren't winning games, I'd understand it. If you're not getting the ball and you're like, but Steph Diggs is like complaining. They won 32-6 and he's just complaining.
That he only got like 17 targets instead of 25 targets.
Like, dude,
yeah, no, it's crazy.
and he got paid too. So he's not looking for a contract. He got $25 million a year. So,
yeah, that explains a lot there.
but getting back to the game,
Getting back to the tier.
I would say it's an A tier, not quite S tier.
I can go with that.
Because I would say it's definitely better than these games on the B tier. But again, it's an A minus tier.
I think that Philly defensive line, those linebackers are going to run over the Bills.
But I just think you can never count out Josh Allen
Yep.
against a good team because he always elevates his game.
Allen and Hurts is a really fun
Yeah.
matchup too.
It should be interesting to see how the Bills do against a team like the Eagles, because the Eagles have been like consistent, whereas the Bills have kind of been like that roller coaster, like, oh, we're like good, but then we're going to be like average, and then we're going to be good again, kind of thing. So yeah, I'd put it at A. I think it's going to
Low
be kind
A.
of low
Yes,
A.
I
I
would
think it'd
say-
be pretty similar to the Dallas Washington game, but not as. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know how competitive it will be.
Buffalo just isn't as good this year.
No, Buffalo
You know?
just.
They're just so mid right now, and I'm fine with it. Like that's just little brother.
So the Broncos and Browns. It's just like, that's just going to be a 13-10 game.
It's a big defensive matchup. Like
So
it's
I
going to
would-
be a lot of kicking.
I mean, that's going to be a C tier. That's what I would say.
It's not going to be as entertaining. unless you're a big defensive guy.
Unless you're a defense wins championships guy, which I am, but I
Yeah.
still don't want to watch the game.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not the Patriots defense,
Yeah,
you're not
I
as
don't.
invested in it.
I mean, I could see it being low B, but the problem is the Browns, if they had Watson, I would say it's definitely a
Oh,
B.
they don't even have Watson for this game. I
That's what I'm
forgot.
saying. So I would say it's C.
With Watson, that's a B tier game.
I would say this
Like
is
mid
C.
B.
This is C, possibly a D. This is the same as like the Vikings Bears.
I think this is better than Vikings.
I do
Bears.
too. I think it's the front of C, but just because I mean Dorian Thompson Robinson got like 150 yards the other
Yeah.
game, so I mean
Depends on what Denver team you get to.
Javonte Williams has been pretty good, but I don't think he's going to do anything against the Cleveland Browns.
No.
I think
No.
Cleveland Browns is going to destroy him.
there's a Darius Smith and Myles Garrett just going to come around the edge and just end Russell Wilson.
Hot take: Njoku is actually going to have a good game, like a really good game.
No, but you know what's
He'll
funny?
be like the only offensive player for the Browns.
The Broncos defense gave up that 70 points, and they've been really solid since.
The Broncos are like
The most-
sleeper team in the league right now.
That's what like I was talking with my dad this morning. If the Chiefs lose this game this week somehow, and the Broncos win, they're only a game out of first.
That's nuts.
Like, and you think about it, they were like 1-4. And
yeah,
it's like, so I mean,
and they
they've-
gave up 70 points.
you think that it's
In
done.
Hard
You
Rock.
think that they're
They've-
done.
They've kind of came out of nowhere. Came
I
out of the
mean, Russell
woodwork,
Wilson is playing very good this year.
Props
I
to
have
Wilson.
I have to give him credit. I crapped on him all last year. I thought he was done.
Well deserved.
Yeah, well deserved,
Yeah.
but he has been dynamite this year. I think he's like 19 touchdowns, like 3 interceptions,
yeah,
which is great. Like he's really delivering this year, so I give him credit.
All right.
All right,
That's it
next
here.
game,
props to Denver.
Colts Bucks. Ugh,
Oh,
woof.
this is a big stink.
This is a big
That's,
stinker.
that's high D, I'd say. Honestly.
I might say this is either back here.
I think it might be on toilet level.
I
Guys.
think it might
it's
be-
on D.
I think it's toilet level because the Bucks are just ugh. Since Brady left, even last year they were ugh, but at least they had Brady. The Colts this year without Anthony Richardson, if he was in
that
this
could
game,
pull it up a little bit.
that could pull it up. But Gardner Minshew, I mean, Mr. Leave the Pocket, like
We saw
oh.
what he did against the Patriots.
Oh, it's just-
they put up the Patriots Colts game was such a stink.
that setback football in
It-
Germany. I don't think they're ever going to want to go back.
No, it shut down the globalization of the sport. It really.
I mean,
The Bucks have I think the Bucks have a better defense than the Colts. That's for sure.
it's just going to be
Um,
Baker Mayfield against
it-
Gardner Minshew. Like,
Yep, and that is
That's
a
the mid of
stink.
mid, yeah.
That's
That is
just such an ugly game.
that is a big stink. So we'll throw that in the toilet. I think that's where that belongs.
And then you want to just move on. I can't
Yeah.
talk about the
Yeah.
Colts anymore. Raiders, Chiefs.
See, the Raiders are on an upswing and the Chiefs are on a downswing. They
I-
looked bad against the Eagles, but
I-
that was Super Bowl.
I mean, the thing is, I just put Mahomes in B tier at least every game,
It
unless
is
they're
entertaining.
like he's entertaining. I'd say I'm saying over here in B
Yeah.
tier,
Yeah.
because I think it's not going to be the greatest game. The Chiefs will find a way to win, like they always do. Like against
Yeah.
teams like this, even if they're struggling, they just find games to win.
They're going to dominate through defense in this game. We talked about it earlier. The middle linebackers for the Chiefs, they dominate the line. They collapse the pocket.
Chris
They're
Jones is
gonna-
a beast.
They're going to run over the rookie over there in
In Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it is.
Probably B tier though.
yeah, probably I'd say low B
Low-
tier.
yeah,
but, like,
low B.
Low B tier.
now we're coming up on what I think will be the best game of the weekend.
I agree.
Texans,
Oh,
Jaguars.
this is a banger.
This
Yeah.
is a CJ Stroud, that Wonderlic test, the one that everybody swears by, that all the good quarterbacks are. CJ Stroud scored the worst out of these 5 guys. Look who's doing the best.
He's the best. He's better than the draft class of Mac Jones right now.
I would say that
He probably would be the number 1 pick in the Mac Jones draft.
I would say
If you look at it from
I'm
now
trying to
in
think.
hindsight.
he's not top 10 yet. But I'd say he's like 11, 12, 13th best quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe like 11th. Maybe he is top 10. With all the injuries right now, he definitely is top 10. But I mean, CJ Stroud's playing like an all pro level right now. carrying Tank Dell, Nico Collins.
Dude, he's elevating players, elevating no names.
The Texans haven't really been like a team like in years. And after what he just did against who did they just play?
Not the Bucks. The Bucks were the week before.
Was it the Bears? No, it wasn't the
No,
Bears.
it was a decent team. I know. Where am I forgetting? I got to look this up. But I mean,
Tank
CJ.
Dell had that dime.
But he did really well. He brought the Texans back into the game and won it for him. And I mean, Jacksonville isn't doing as good as they were doing last year, but they're still a good team, or a decent team, I should say.
Oh, it was the Cardinals. I don't care that it
Yeah.
was only the Cardinals. He made some huge throws in the clutch. The guy just has something where at the end of the game, everybody believes in him. Everybody just he's just a great leader. And when he's out there at the podium, he's just praising his teammates. He's being humble. I just love the kid.
It's going to be an exciting game.
This is
It's two young quarterbacks going up against
And we haven't
each
even
other.
talked about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, this is the best quarterback from the 2022 draft or the 2023 draft, and the best quarterback from the 2021 draft
Yeah.
going head to head. This is and it's a divisional AFC South matchup,
Mm-hmm.
and both teams need it.
Yeah.
This is a huge
I mean,
game.
Who said before
the
the year?
standings.
Who said before the year? Oh, the Texans have a chance at winning this
Yeah,
division.
what? The Texans were supposed to be like in the bottom of the bottom.
I was thinking
they
about
can win the South.
because they traded that pick to the Cardinals. I was saying, oh, they might have 2 top 3 picks.
Yeah.
The Texans might have the 15th or 16th pick. They might make the playoffs. They might mess around and make the playoffs.
Oh,
I wouldn't
they
wanna
could win the South.
I wouldn't want to play them.
No.
I wouldn't want to play them.
And yeah, the Texans look legit. The Jags coming off, they just lost
To the 49ers.
They lost the 49ers, which is supposed to be a marquee matchup. They didn't look good at all.
But the
They need to
49ers
bounce back.
I
The
mean, that
49ers
defense is tough.
The 49ers just run over teams. So.
Yeah, and ETN's not going to do anything against the 49ers line. He's not going to do anything.
That's
No,
why
that
I'm
defense
he
is
could
tough.
explode in
This
this game.
might be a 35. This might be like
A
a
real
38-35. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
There could be a lot of points on the board there in this game.
and when I look at the next game,
Oh, yeah.
I instantly just
And there you go.
there it is.
it's a
This
D.
is this.
It's a D.
These next 2 games are part of the toilet
I
bowl.
mean,
Oh, yeah.
Titans, Panthers, Bryce Young. I understand he doesn't have much to work with, but boy, if you're a Panthers fan, I would not be excited about what you're seeing.
Especially not having a pick in the first round. You traded your pick to get up to Bryce Young.
I mean,
and
you
you're still this
essentially
bad.
did what the 49ers did with Trey Lance, but worse because at least the 49ers had Jimmy G,
Yeah.
so they could just bring him back. And then they had Brock Purdy. They lucked out on him.
Yeah.
I mean, the Panthers have holes at every position, and it's just, I don't see it getting better. The
This-
owner's a nutcase. Frank Reich is not the right coach.
I mean, clearly, since he got fired from the Colts last year.
But like, I don't get these organizations. Like Frank Reich is getting paid by the Colts. That's probably why the Panthers brought him in.
Yeah.
He's 60-something years old. That's not the guy you need. You need a guy like Ben Johnson, or I always forget the guy's name from the Texans. Oh, Bobby Slowick.
Yeah, Bobby Slowick's killing it down there.
I mean, I think those are the guys you need to get for Bryce Young, not a Frank Reich who's already entrenched in his ways and won't
Yeah.
adapt an offense.
I mean, honestly, if Tannehill was playing, was starting for the Titans, it would probably be a low C.
I would still put it at D because I think the Panthers are such a bad watch.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
Panthers
I
really
was.
suck.
Who did they just play? They played.
The Cowboys. That was the snore fest of the year.
I watched the first half, and it was bad from both sides. Really, it was.
Shout out to
bad.
Ron Bland, possible defensive player of the year, 4 pick sixes.
But I mean, yeah, like I said, if Tannehill was starting, it might push my vote up to like a low C. But I mean, everybody's opinion is different.
Yeah, you got Mayo Boy and then Bust going
Yeah,
head to head in this
just- oh my
matchup. It belongs in the toilet. It belongs in the toilet.
Underrated story. It's Lovie Smith winning that second to last game of the year to move them to second overall.
Massive.
I mean,
Save
think-
the Texans.
I think the Texans would have picked Bryce Young. They could say what they want. I think any team who was going to go first overall was going to pick Bryce Young.
that's what I think Caleb Williams is going to be,
I think Caleb
year.
Williams is going to be number 1 overall.
and it could be a similar story.
Yeah, I mean, he could go to the Panthers again.
Well, these quarterbacks really should sit the
Yes.
first year. I don't understand. CJ Stroud's the only one where it's like really working out, but
Yeah.
Well, and
People are
Trevor
just throwing
Lawrence
their
really,
guy-
too.
Trevor Lawrence was generational. Yeah, he was on the level of Andrew Luck.
But you are seeing these quarterbacks just crumble. Justin Fields, Mac Jones,
Zach Wilson,
Zach Wilson,
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance getting trapped in the first round, thrown to the Wolves, and falling apart. Yeah, I mean, that draft class sucked.
Mhm.
Last year's class isn't doing that great, or 2 years ago isn't doing that great. And then this year, you're really just looking at CJ Stroud as the guy.
Yeah, Kenny
Right.
Pickett's not great either.
No,
That's
he's
another
not.
guy from the I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was, yeah. But he's not doing great.
But
No.
anyway, next game on this is an automatic D. I mean, there's not.
This
we
might
don't,
be the bottom of the bottom.
No,
we
I think
don't-
it is.
We don't really need to say much about this game. I mean, this game is Patriots must lose, honestly, for Patriots fans anyway.
Yeah.
If we want to, an even better pick, we want to push our chances. I even with Daniel Jones, if he was in, I don't even think this. I think this would be a high D if he was starting. I don't think it would even reach a C, just given how the Patriots have been doing. But like, it's just it's a bad matchup. It's a bad game, and I think Patriots fans are gonna prefer to watch other games going on in the league instead of this game.
Does Mac Jones get benched in this game?
Yes.
Yes.
I think he is set up to be benched.
Yeah.
I think because
I don't think he should even start.
Yeah.
No, I think it should be Bailey Zappi. As bad as Bailey Zappi is, I think Mac Jones should be inactive this game. I think it should be Bailey Zappi, Will Greer, and then Malik Cunningham should be the third.
I honestly think there's going to be a lot of turnovers this game.
I don't think there will because I think they're just going to let the running backs just run 2 yards, punt, field position.
And
Maybe this is a game where Zeke gets more
okay.
carries.
We'll see.
Yeah, and just to see how I was just talking about how quarterbacks fall off. Like this kid, Mac Jones, his first preseason game against the New York Giants looked insanely good. He was slicing defenses apart. Here we are, 3 years later, not even close. He took Cam Newton's job right from him, and now he is just in the toilet. This game became an absolute snooze. It's wild to think, like thinking back 2 years ago when both teams had exciting young quarterbacks. Now here we are, and it's just totally
It's the same place. They're both in the same place.
totally
again.
down in the gutter.
The next game would be the Cardinals and the Rams.
Oh,
See.
this goes down in D, I think.
I would say it's either worst C, best D.
I'd say low C.
Because I'm thinking if Kyler Murray's in there,
Okay, true.
as bad as the Cardinals are, Kyler Murray has some excitement.
Yeah.
Puka Nacua is good.
I'd say low C.
All right, no, I can get swayed into low C. I mean
Matty Ice.
Matty Ice is my guy. Cooper Kupp's down again. I'm pretty sure he's like, I don't know if he's IR again or what, but it's an ankle. He really is just sucking this year.
What a huge win by the Rams, though. The last game,
Massive.
They were
stole it
3
from
and
the
6.
Seahawks.
They were 3 and 6, playing terrible the whole game. Would have been 3 and 7 going into this game, which you're 3 and 7
in a divisional matchup.
in a divisional matchup. I know the Cardinals aren't great, but I mean, you have Kyler Murray who could steal a game for you. He stole a game the other game.
Yeah.
I mean,
This gives them it gave them life. Both
Yes.
teams had life,
Yeah.
and one team is gonna die this week. That's what there's actually a big stakes on this matchup. That's why it should go in the C tier. There are big stakes for both the franchises.
yeah.
And there's some exciting players in there, so
Yeah.
I like the C tier for it.
All right, Chargers, Ravens. Me and Brendan were talking off screen. This Chargers team
Could
might
lose out.
be favored in about 1 or 2 games the rest of the year. I mean, they get the Chiefs.
Yep.
They got at the Broncos. They got at the Patriots. Even though that should be a win, it's an LA team coming to the East Coast outside. That is an absolute nightmare.
They always shrivel up when they come to New England.
Yeah.
It's way too cold. They're soft in LA.
I mean, this is Brandon Staley's not taking any blame for anything, and it's just wild.
yeah, honestly,
It's
Brandon
wild.
Staley is at the bottom of these coaches, like toilet coach level.
That's
we're
another.
gonna do
We're going to do another
a
tier.
tier one on another Tuesday of NFL coaches. Brandon Staley is so bad. incompetence everywhere. He just blindly believes in his philosophy. Reminds me a lot of Joey Mazzulla
Yeah.
in not adjusting and pure stubbornness. He pulls them back.
Where's this game going?
The Chargers suck.
We
Just had to say that.
I would say it's B because of Lamar Jackson.
I was gonna say low B, high C.
I'll go right here.
I like B4. I think the Ravens are a sleeper Super Bowl contender. They always look really good in the regular season. That's why everyone is not really surprised. And then they crumble in playoffs.
They're the AFC Cowboys.
But they have a real. I don't know. They look.
No, I'm not saying
really
this
good
year.
right
I'm
now.
just saying typically they're
Oh,
the AFC Cowboys.
Yeah, no, definitely. They dominate in regular season, crumble in playoffs. I don't know. This year could be different for Lamar and the Ravens.
Could be another blackout Super Bowl.
Maybe.
Yeah, right?
Maybe. So, Falcons and Ravens, the battle of mid.
Falcons and Saints.
Falcons and Saints. It doesn't even matter. Can't
Yeah.
even- that's the battle of mid.
Low C.
It really is mid. The Saints have a shot to win the South, which is kind of cool. It's another South matchup. I think the Falcons just are so boring this year.
I would put it,
Low
honestly,
C, yeah.
I would put
Keep
it
them
because
down in
I
C.
think
Kyler
the
Murray makes
Cardinals,
that one
yeah.
exciting. The
And if
Saints,
Matty
Falcons
Ice,
is-
yeah. I mean, this is the battle of mid. That division is so bad, it hurts me.
Yeah.
I mean,
The fact that the Saints can win that division is wild.
it's just terrible.
It's so wild.
This next one.
I mean, I would say if both teams are healthy,
Oh, absolutely.
both teams healthy,
If they were healthy, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know where to put it now, though. Oh, not S tier.
I would put it. I honestly would put it before the Saints Falcons game.
Guys, I don't know what team this is.
This is the Steelers
Bengals
and
and
Bengals.
Steelers.
Oh, Steelers Bengals. Okay. AFC North.
Joe Burrow's out.
Both these teams need a win, right? Did Pittsburgh lose last week?
Yes.
Because I know the
Yeah,
Bengals
to the
lost a
Browns.
big one.
Yeah,
That's
the
the thing.
Steelers lost to the Browns.
I mean,
There's some stakes involved in this game. Both teams are trying to make playoffs.
like Matt said, if both teams
Yeah.
are healthy, it would be up at the very top. But I
Yeah.
honestly think it's after the Arizona game before the Saints Falcons game.
I kind of like it in the B tier. I don't know.
I think with the stakes, you have to put it on B.
I think there's
That
I mean,
makes
this
sense.
is the Bengals season right here.
yeah. Both these teams live in. It's a lot like the South matchup that I was talking about earlier. Both these teams got life, or the West, the AFC,
Yeah, the
NFC West
yeah.
matchup. Both teams had life. This is where one of them dies
Mhm.
for this season. We're on week 12 now. You're running out of games.
I completely agree.
There's high stakes in that game. So
Yeah. All right, so that's week 12. That is our matchup tier list.
Thanksgiving tier Tuesday.
Yeah.
Honestly,
coming up soon.
it's not gonna be a very exciting Thanksgiving this year for football games.
Nope.
This is probably one of the most boring Thanksgiving weekends of football that we've had in a while. But I mean, then again,
I'm excited to see the Patriots lose. Like,
I am too.
if they lose this game, they are in a huge spot for that pick. For a top 3, they need a top 3 pick. They need it because
they
it
need
falls
top
off.
end talent. Yep.
It falls off after the 3. I mean, there's great tackles after
But
3,
no.
but we need the playmakers right
Yep.
now.
yeah, definitely. We need a top 3 pick.
That's what I'm looking forward to. The toilet bowl. Hopefully the Patriots lose. I've been talking about that all day.
Should we make a toilet trophy just in case?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe we
maybe.
should make a toilet trophy.
Make a toilet trophy. Well,
All right.
that'll do it for us. Thank you everybody for watching. Enjoy your Tier Tuesday. We'll get back at you with another one in a little bit.